Yeah, yeah. Kenny Russell, Canoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Canoom. Yeah, yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah, yeah. Now, today I'm gonna share with y'all uh, um, a live stream lecture that I put together, real new, something quick. You know what I mean? We're finna start getting back out here at it. So I wanted to put this live stream lecture together. Something for the new year, top of the year. And it's a question. I posed a question. Is a person better with or without God? Okay. So the lecture is, are you better with or without God? Okay. Now, um, I'm going to show you a couple of slides and I'm going to give you just my opinion on a lot of this stuff. Okay. And for me, I'm very boisterous when it comes to this, opinionated when it comes to this. I have my own set of opinions. Um, as for being opinionated when it comes to this, I have my own set of opinions. Okay, we lie. I was in religion before, so now that I'm outside religion, I can get a clear, fresh, um, new look on things. Okay, so with God, you were born with God, so to speak. Your mother and father gave you God at your birth time. Like some people say, I was born a Muslim. Excuse me, I was born into Islam. I was born into Christianity. It's not true, but your parents put that on you, so you took it as if it was a natural birthright of yours, which is not. Nobody was born with the religion. You was born with a divine spiritual birthright. You connected to your own personal universe and your universal creator. The universe is who created human beings and all things on the universe. It's a higher power, higher power source than that, but it's the universal creator. Um, I would say people don't know what that is. They're looking for it. Different people call it the name God. Um, God is used in all religions. It has a name for that corporal God or incorporeal God, but they all mean God. So I'm gonna share the screen with you guys. I'm gonna pose the question. I'm gonna just read some things with you, God, and then I'm gonna give my opinion as we go through it. So it's really something quick just to get back into the stream of things. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I hope to do a couple of these, not just one part. Yeah, this is what I want to share with y'all. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is what I want to share with y'all. Let me make sure. This is what I want to share with y'all. Let me make sure. This is what I want to share with y'all. Let me make sure. All right, can everybody see that? Should be rocking out live. This is what I want to share with y'all. Make sure. All right, can everybody see that? Should be rocking out live. This is what I want to share with y'all. Make sure. All right, sorry about that. That was my phone. I was making sure we're coming through live, loud and clear. So let's get to it. Now, it says, are you better with or without God? What's your stance? My stance is, of course, better without God, because when you entertain these terms and words, God, what's used in all religions, you get trapped and lumped into something that you really don't know anything about. You don't know how that religion came about. You don't know how that term God got put into that religion. So it's best to stay neutral and or out of it until you fully look into something that you're going to believe in, and then you go with that whole thing. But until then, it's best to stay out of it and study and know all things about that religion before you just go into it head first. But for me, it's without God. God comes in you. It comes with the dating suggestions, who you can and can't date, what you can eat, rituals, customs, bylaws, guidelines, ceremonies, things of that nature. So first, I'm gonna read the quote is by Dr. Walter Williams. Facts, which are stronger than arguments, more profound in reasoning, more dependable than opinion. Silence, dispute, supersedes predictions, and facts always ends the arguments if you know the facts. So I like to deal in facts, especially when I'm talking about religion and things of that nature. Okay. This is my disclaimer. These are my words and views. You can consider them as opinion. So this is not an attack on anybody. I'm just posing a question. Are you better with or without God, with or without God? And I would like to know some people's opinions on this. So you can you can give me your opinion. I'd like to know some people's opinions on this. So in my comment section, you can send me an email. I think my email is connected to the you can hit the link or whatever. You can find my email, and we can discuss it. But these are my words and views, and you can consider them as opinion. I have the ability to give my opinion. Okay, with God. Now the God I'm really speaking about is the Christian God, Jesus the Christ. Now, a lot of people might go back and forth because the old school train of thought, when I was coming up and my father was coming up, was that Jesus was the Son of God. Now, the new school train of thought, and people were saying if you knew how to read John 1:1 and things of that nature, it was always Jesus, God, the Son, and all that. The Father was all one. So, but before people used to say Jesus was the Son of God. Now you got kind of like a new school type of people coming on saying Jesus is God. Okay, so however you take it, I'm just letting you know I'm speaking about Jesus the Christ. So when I'm saying, are you better with God? I'm speaking to the Christian person for right now, because Christianity is the largest man-made religion on the planet, bar none. So are you better with Jesus the Christ, with God? Okay, that's what I'm saying. And you can, the stuff that I'm saying, you can hook that on to all the other gods, Allah, Buddha, any of these type of gods. You can hook that right on to them as well. Yahweh, Jehovah, you know what I mean? So it all goes together. Are you better with God? Whatever God you looking in the mirror and you propagating towards, So that's what I'm speaking about. Now, Genesis 6:13 in the King James Bible. This is with God, as you see at the top. It say with God. Now, with God, you have to follow a book. I have one here. It's all in this little zipper or whatever, but it is a Bible. Okay. The book that the Christians follow is the book of the Bible. The first printed Bible was in 1475. The Old Testament or the Hebrew Bible. Okay. That's where you find God. That's where you find Jesus the Christ. That's where you find Yahweh, Jehovah. All these names are used the same understanding. God, Jesus the Christ. Jesus the Christ is the whole God, because God the Father, God the Son, the same. And they took the Trinity, which was I have in the picture right here at the top. I'm gonna go back to 5. I'm gonna let you see the original Trinity to the right here. These are a group of symbolic characteristics, if you will. A Trinity basically stems like this: mother, father, child. Okay, that's what the Trinity is before God was ever thought of. Human beings walked, and the Trinity was always mother, father, child. Okay, now they took the Trinity, kidnapped it, put it in a headlock, and what they want to do with it, Europeanized it, and kicked the woman out, because a European he's terrified by a woman, and he never put the woman with no equality or no equalness to a man in the European understanding and trained thought. Okay, his education isn't that big that he think that a lady is his equal. He doesn't see a lady like that. The African does, but he doesn't. The Arab neither. But the Arab is the son of the European. So if you understand where I'm coming from, the Arab or the European never put their women with no equal level playing field, or they don't see them with any equality. They never have. This is why I don't understand why European and Arab people try to claim the whole ancient Egyptian religion. The African is the only person on the planet that put his woman in an equal playing field. Okay, and you see that on the continent of Africa. You don't see that anywhere else. So if anybody can come on here and tell me where an Islamic man, an Arab, or a European man, which is a white man, for lack of better terms or layman's terms, would put their woman in equal basis as they are, show it to me. Women aren't equal in the Bible. Women aren't equal in the Quran. So we can kill that right now. Okay. With God in the silly Bible, you have to follow the Bible. You cannot get God outside of the Bible. There's no talks of God outside the Bible. Genesis is never talked about outside of the Bible. You have to have the Bible to have this stuff. So with God, you get this. Genesis 6:13. And God said unto Noah, this is from the King James, okay? The end of flesh is come before me, for earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Excuse me. Now, this is the same verse, the same scripture and verse in the New Living Translation. This breaks it down to a little more of a layman's term so you can understand it. So God said to Noah, I have decided to destroy all living creatures, for they have filled the earth with violence. Yes, I will wipe them out along with the earth. Okay. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, it said, and God said to Noah. And then right here in New Living, it said, so God said to Noah, I have decided to destroy all living creatures, for they have filled the earth with violence. Yes, I will wipe them out along with the earth. This is God now. That's why I'm asking the question. That's why I posed the question. Are you better with God or without God? Because see, at one point in time, people think that this is literal speaking. This happened in a literal form to some people. So at once upon a time, this man named Noah, God called him up on the hotline, which was in his head, and said, hey, I'm finna kill everybody, build you a boat, because I only want to protect you and your family. Okay. That sounds a little silly, if you will. It's very childlike and silly. So this God wiped everybody out for thinking about violence and being violence and things of that. You didn't know that before you created the earth. So without God, I'm not held responsible for any of this. I don't have to follow this silliness. And I don't take that this is historical data anyway. Nothing in the Bible is historical. Nothing. So without God, again, I'm free from this nonsense. Because in my mind, I would have to wrap my mind around why would God destroy the very people that he created in the same book of Genesis? And he did it with all love and this and that, created Adam and Eve, told them to eat all they want. And then a lady came. See, this is why the white man and the Arab cannot claim ancient Egyptian civilization or no peace and woman-man equality. Then the woman came, a snake came talking to her, which was, dressed up as the devil, the snake, and told her to eat some fruit, an apple, whatever the case may be. And the woman is responsible for all sin on the planet. Now, the Arab and the European, they takes to that, and the Jew, because the first 5 books of Moses is the staple of all those religions. So everybody understand that the woman, well, the European and the Arab is what I'm speaking about. Roman, Greek, European, Phoenicians, all this nonsense, Sumerians, Akkadians, Shinarians, all this silliness, Mesopotamians, all these, the Arab, European-like civilizations and people understand that the woman is responsible for all sin on the planet, and that's just incorrect, okay? The African doesn't have that type of teaching because we loved our women The first woman was a god in the ancient Egyptian understanding. Okay, you have to really understand that. King James Bible, Genesis 7:4. Now this is with God. That's why I choose to stay on the outside without God. The King James Bible says this. You can look this stuff up. I didn't put this together. I put it together so you can see it in the slideshow, but I didn't type this up. This is the King James Bible. Go look it up. Genesis 7:4. For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth. This is God now. Again, this is going to give you so much confusion. This is going to give you so many contradictive thoughts in your mind trying to wrap around. The same God that created everything on the planet said, you know what, I'm going to wipe it out because all this is too much violence. What the hell did the animals do? If the human beings was down here being violent and you didn't know about it, that's the end capability. He wasn't all mindful and thinking and knowledgeable to understand that they would get to this point. But what did the animals do? What did the tree life do? Okay, they were violent too. So you just wipe everything out because the human beings was too violent. This stuff makes no sense. Kick God out. Hurry up and get without God. This is with God, and you can stand there and act like this is something and be all, mighty and try to speak for it if you want to. Just leave it in my comments and we can highlight each other about it. But this is your God. Now the New Living Translation, the same verse says this: 7 days from now, I will make the rains pour down on the earth, and it will rain for 40 days and 40 nights until I have wiped from the earth all the living things I have created. Again, this is a madman, silly like God who once I destroy, let's say I destroyed a one of one. It could be a toy, it could be a cup holder, a chair, anything. I'm the first in existence to create this one of one, like, phenomena, whatever it was, but it's very needed and useful. So once I create the one of one, I get a fit and I destroy the one of one. I destroy it. With that same understanding, I'm the God, the capability to create that one of one again. See, that's incorrect. If it's a one of one, it can only be created at one time. Now, when he go on and say, hey, I killed everybody, now I'm going to recreate and populate, that's doing it again. So this stuff right here cannot be the first time it was done in existence anyhow. This is the first time it's been done in the existence and the understanding of whoever follows this religion. And that's for Christian people. Okay. Christian people, the Muslims, and some, so to speak, the Jews, because this is the first 5 books of Moses. And I'm saying the Jews, I'm talking about the Jewish religion. It's no such thing as Jewish people. I'm talking about the Jewish religion. If you say, hey, is he a Jew? You have to understand that's a question you have to flip the coin on. A Jew just means, does he practice Judaism? Okay. So a lot of people can be Jewish. So when you say that, it doesn't matter about the skin color or wherever they came from. When you say, hey, is that person Jewish? You can be asking, well, you have to be asking, does he practice Judaism? Okay. I want you to understand that. Again, this is with God. Romans 3:23 in the King James Version says this: even the righteous of God, which is by faith of Jesus the Christ, that's this God right here. I'm gonna come right back. Okay, that's God. With the righteous of where is it at? With the righteous of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ, unto all and upon all that believe. For there is no difference, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Okay. Again, I want to read this in a New Living Translation because the King James Version is horribly written, in my opinion. It's horribly written. They could have kept a lot of that, all that stuff out. It's old English and whatever. Okay. New Living Translation is like regular people talk. So I want to read it again. Romans 3:23 says this. We are made right with God by placing our faith in Jesus the Christ. Okay. And this is true for everyone who believes, no matter who we are. For everyone has sinned. We all fall short of God's glorious standard. Again, this gives you a contradictive mind, a contradictive thought pattern, confusion. It gives you a whole lot of things going on. Religion develops insanity. You can go on my page and watch that as well. It's like a 1 through 7 series. Religion develops insanity, and this is why. All people are made right by God, placing our faith in Jesus Christ. Okay, you made right if you just place your faith in Jesus Christ. But then in 23, it follows that up with a little bit more fear. For everyone has sinned. We all fall short of God's glorious standard. So I mean, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is saying it doesn't matter what you do. You can tithe, you can have offerings, don't eat too much salt, don't be a glutton, don't be a drunk, don't curse, um, you know, do so many Hail Marys, or whatever the case may be. Evangelize, try to bring people to church, propagate the faith, you know what I mean? Go out there and go get congregants. I mean, you can do anything you want, but it remains the same. Verse 23 says this. For everyone has sinned. We all fall short of God's glorious standard. Okay. And what they're saying there, they're talking about the way the European has cast this demonization on the woman. Once you're born with original sin. That's what they mean by all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Okay. So that was something real quick. Let me go back to full screen. Okay. Yeah, that was something real quick. 30 minutes or less. That's right about what I want to be. I'm gonna do a couple of more of these. I think it might be like a 7-part. You better with or without God. And for me, like I say, these are my views, my words, and you consider them as just opinion. But for me, I think people are much better without God. At one point in time in history, you had people who didn't understand the term or the word God. They didn't utilize that term. They wasn't thinking about that same train of thought, if you will. Jesus the Christ didn't come around to about 4 BC. That's the way they say it, but it's never been no BC. Because BC, it goes on and say BC means before Christ. So about 4, he was born, okay, and he's said to die around 32, 33 AD, somewhere up in there. Before that, people was already believing in a God, whatever they wanted to call it. It wasn't Jesus the Christ. Jesus the Christ is a new invention by the European. It's very new, okay? It don't go back that far. So it's a very new understanding. And people were much better before Jesus the Christ came on the scene, because Jesus the Christ was brought to you by colonial masters. It was given Jesus the Christ at a certain time when they took over and destroyed your train of thought and your spiritual systems and your spiritual beliefs and things like that, and made you transfer that over into this dead European, this dead man on the cross named Jesus the Christ, who so-called died and rose again and all that type of stuff. Now, some people want you to understand it's a literal understanding, and some people, they do understand mythology, metaphors, and things like that. But none of this stuff happened in a literal sense. It's never been a man named Jesus the Christ. Reason to say that with so much surety, because it's never been a man named Moses. Okay. It's never a man named Abraham. So once I destroy Abraham and Moses and things like that, it's nothing for the religious to be built upon, because first you have to have them to bring you to Jesus' story. You see what I'm saying? So that was that on that. I thank you guys for watching. That's just part one on Are You Better With or Without God? I'm gonna do maybe 7. If not 7, I'll do 3. And we're gonna get in and out on that. And then we're gonna be doing some other things with the channel. So we about to turn this up. Make My Ancestors Great Again. It's the little Kenny Russell Kanoom Constable Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. Yeah, yeah. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. Yeah, yeah. We out. Thank you for watching.